It's no secret that I love getting out and RVing. It's the best. But if you can go out and do it more by saving money so you can go out more, that's even better. The best is better than better. It's the best better. It's better than the best. We got some tips for you. How's it going? I'm Jared Gillis. Welcome to another All About RVs, where we love to share with you tips and tricks and things about RVing to help you enjoy the RVing process even more. Today, we have a handful of RVing money saving tips heading your way. So it's going to be a quick list, so let's dive right into it. Now, the first one on our list is finding a really good fuel price, because we go through a lot of fuel when you're moving this RV down the road. One of the popular programs that's come out in the last year or so is the TSD fuel program. Basically, it's a trucking company that wants to get better prices on fuel, so they've opened it up to RVers so that you can get, basically it's like a credit card or a debit card with them, so that you can buy fuel through their fuel program. So when you go to a Love's or a Pilot, they have a whole fuel system to where you can get the discount that the truckers are getting when they go to those locations. Okay, let me give you a rundown of how this system works. And after going over the pricing data, I'll give you a recommendation who I think this would be good for and to be beneficial for. So to begin with, the system, you apply with the trucking company, and if they approve you, they send you a card so that you can fill up, that you use when you go to the TA, the Love's, the Pilot, the Flying J, that you can use to fuel your RV. The card is how you pay for the fuel, and that is linked to your bank account when you sign up. But it doesn't come out of your account immediately when you fuel up. So when you fuel up your RV, that information gets sent over to the trucking company, and then they apply 90% of the savings that they get at that location and then charge you for how much fuel you filled up there. They keep 10%. It's how they make the system work so that they can make a little bit of money and to be able to keep this process going and get better fuel prices for their entire trucking company and for the RVers that sign up. So for example, just to keep the numbers simple, if you were to have a discount of 50 cents at a location, they're going to keep 5 cents of that discount and you get 45 cents off of each gallon. So to use their system, they have an app and it'll give you the prices and the location so you can find whatever along your route for where you needed to get diesel to find the best price and the best time to be able to fuel up. We actually don't use this system right now, so I had a guy send me a price list so that I can kind of compare what I can see in an area using Gas Buddy, just trying to find the best fuel price and comparing it to the discounts that you get at these truck stops. And it seems like it's very comparable to the lowest price you can find on Gas Buddy. Sometimes it's a few cents less, sometimes it's a few cents more, so it kind of floats around finding the best price in that area. The benefit that you have from doing this is you're going to a truck stop. So if you have a big RV, if you're always towing something large and you prefer to go to the larger truck stops, then this is how you're going to get the best discount at those locations. If you're not a big RV and you usually have no problem getting in and out of the regular gas stations, then using Gas Buddy will get you just about the same price. I do want to say thank you to Bob for sending me some of the example price lists on this. They do have a referral program, so I'm going to put his name down in the description. If you use his full name, he'll get a referral reward if you end up signing up for this system. But using Gas Buddy can really save you a lot of money by looking for the best price. Just like that last fuel program where the more people sign up, the better price you get, Gas Buddy has some benefits the more people use it and the more people that sign up. So the more people that use Gas Buddy and they're inputting those prices when they're going to fuel up or confirming those prices, the more accurate the app is going to be. And it gives more up-to-date information for people when they're buying fuel. So Gas Buddy is an absolutely fantastic app that gets us very competitive pricing to the previous fuel program that we talked about. So using either one of those will get you some of the best priced fuel that you can find along your route. Now, the next money-saving tip we have for you is finding a good price on propane, the other fuel that RVers usually need. So we find that going to a Tractor Supply is typically a very fair price. We don't have to waste a ton of time calling a bunch of different places trying to find out what the price is. In our hometown, usually if we go to Costco, that is going to be the best possible price. But it's one of the very, very few places, Costco's, that I've seen sell propane, but they're always the lowest. But if we go to Tractor Supply as we travel around, it's almost always lower than the RV park and a very competitive, fair price for propane. So when we need it, we just look for a Tractor Supply. The next money-saving tip we have for you is to think about location and the season that you're going to be traveling there. So if you go in a shoulder season, definitely not on peak season, you're going to save a little bit of money and you're not going to be fighting the crowds like you would at peak. So like when we went to Florida, we actually went in the summertime, which is like way beyond shoulder season. And we were able to be in some of these parks. We were one of 4 RVs in this one RV park that had 100 sites. It was like having the place to ourselves. The discounts were great. We had to suffer through the heat, but we had AC in the RV. It was actually fantastic. So I would highly recommend looking for those off-season places that you can go and still be able to do it safely. You don't want to be like traveling to Alaska in the middle of winter in the blizzard. So don't be doing that, but shoulder seasons are absolutely amazing for being able to go to some of these places that are very high use at peak. And that brings us to the next tip, which is discount programs. And we use Passport America a lot. And so there's different rules for each campground, which some people really hate that because it can be very confusing. You have to look at each campground and figure out what their criteria of when you can stay there and for how long. For us, it really isn't a big deal. We pull up the app, we look at it. If it fits, great. If not, we move on. But with Passport America, if you're on that shoulder season, definitely not on peak season, you can find 50% off at these campgrounds, which can be fantastic to stay at. So we absolutely love Passport America. There'll be a link down in the description to this one. There's also other ones like Harvest Host, Boondockers Welcome, Thousand Trails, Good Sam. Those are the main ones that we use that save us money. And there's other ones out there. Find the one that works for you and fits your needs. Usually when we're using these places on like Passport America or Thousand Trails, we'll try and find out as much information as we can about the park before we book it on Campendium. If there's any pictures or reviews, any information that we can glean from those to see if it's actually a place that we want to stay at. There's been very few times, I think there's only been twice in the last few years where we've pulled into a place where we're like, nope, we are not staying here. So oftentimes being able to check those out on Campendium and read those reviews and look at it will give you that information to see if you actually want to stay at those parks. That brings us to the next money-saving tip, which is to use Campendium, use apps like Allstays to be able to find some of those RV parks that you haven't stayed at before. Use them to find the BLM places to get out there and boondock, to find the county parks that are available, to find the National Forest Service campgrounds where you can get out and find some really beautiful, amazing places. So usually those places are going to be on the lower end of the spectrum for prices and can save you a decent amount of money and be amazing. It might even be the highlight of your trip going to some of those places. So boondocking, getting out there, getting off-grid, and having a free place to stay can really be amazing. You can also find other places to stay along your route. You know, there's always the Walmarts, the Cabela's, the Cracker Barrels, but I see those less as destination to go places and just you need to be able to stop for a night and get some rest. So you can really save some money by using those apps to find the best places to stay and really enjoy a place. And as a side note, at these places, you can look for an extended stay kind of a discount. Sometimes if you book a week, a full week, you can get a day or two for free. So it saves you money. You get to slow down a little bit and just enjoy that area. Now we got 2 more money-saving tips, and the next one is season passes. So we bought a season pass for the national park system. So as we travel around, we want to go to those national parks because we want to make good use of that season pass. And those are usually highlights of the trip, being able to go to places like that. But you can also look at state park season passes. We did that in Florida. It brought us to more state parks than we probably would have gone to, which we absolutely loved. We did the same thing in South Dakota. South Dakota, I think it's a must. If you go to Custer State Park, there is so much to do there. I mean, it has more things to do there than a typical national park. And you can't do it in just one day. So being able to get a pass where you can go back multiple times, It's a fantastic way to be able to save money, do more things, and be able to see more while you're there. And the last tip that we have for you guys is to keep up on maintenance on your RV. When things break, when things go bad, when things are leaking, you're gonna cause a lot of damage, and it's way easier and better to stay up on the maintenance, to fix things before they break, and to not have those issues while you're on the road. It always costs more and is always more of a headache when things break down on the road. So the more you can do to check up on the seals, to repack your bearings, to check the brakes, to change the oil in your RV, to do those things will save you a lot of time and money while you're out there trying to enjoy your RV. And to save even more money in this maintenance area, if you can do it yourself and tackle some of these projects, you really save a lot of money and save a lot of time, because trying to take your RV to the dealership to be able to get things done is usually a very tedious, long process that usually ends up costing quite a bit of money. And we hope that this channel is a great resource for that knowledge base and walking you through some of these things that you can really do yourself that aren't that difficult. So I hope this video helps you guys save some money to get out there and be able to RV more. The more money you save, the more you can get out there and RV. And I hope you guys get out there, make some memories, enjoy the time. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos about RVing, hit that subscribe button. And if we don't see you on the road, hopefully we will see you next video.